Yeah, I'm trying to think about, give me this a second. Because my idea of horror stories might not really fit your description.
He's an actor.
Okay, true story.
I was raised in Queens, you know, back in like the 90s.
I was sleeping and I used to live in Bay City, Texas.
I went to Jamaica with my family.
This is back in like Conroe, Texas, old school.
Coming back from California, going through Nevada. Stop! Going through, oh, sons of bitches.
Of course, you know, being a little girl and everything, I collected like dolls, Barbies specifically.
And you know, I was kind of a messed up kid on my own, very paranoid.
We had a little bit of blood on us, tiny fucking bit of blood.
And like, I think I was like 7 at the time.
And like, kind of, it was like the hippies, and then the junkies and the drunks, like, kind of went like that. And
it was above like an Indian burial, and so like...
3rd grade, 9 years old, walking down the street like 3 in the morning.
I was in my grandparents' basement.
And in the middle, it was divided by like a door made out of mirrors.
And it was like built in like 1800s and like...
It was an old house with a wooden floor, and an old lady got killed in the living room of it.
And there was a thunderstorm going on.
So we were just like goofing around.
Walking by these woods, right? Me and my buddy.
And we were going there in the middle of the night just for funsies.
Don't walk, ladies, don't walk. I thought he was walking around while we were talking.
And they're like, oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
And I was like, me and my sister's playing a prank on me, she's hiding under the bed, but it was like this.
And he said he thought I was up walking around. I thought he was up walking around.
They're like, no, it's the rats, it's the rats. We're like, no, it couldn't be.
And she tells it differently than I do, and I'm not sure why, but...
I walked into this big, huge spider web, and there was like at least 4 or 5 spiders in it.
And I saw a figure of a little boy. And nobody was playing the piano.
And all of a sudden when I woke up, he was crawling across my face.
My dad got like hit like right in the shoulder, and he fell down.
Thinking I wish the ground would stop, but I knew it wouldn't. And I could feel my face smashing open, I could feel the blood, and I could...
No, really, this is really scary shit.
But where the shadow should have been, there was no like Mary.
And like all of a sudden her hair dryer just turned on, like out of nowhere.
My neck was like in between like the window that was raised up and like the window thing.
And I let go of the head, and the neck just kind of like was loose, but the body was still convulsing. And
all right, 9 years old, get this.
There was some evil stuff going on in the room, but it was like in different colors. Like it was really weird.
I saw a flash of white light and then like some cackling.
Like just a ginormous one, and it's like glowing.
And then this light was in the room, and it was like just hovering in the air. It wasn't like a light up against the wall or anything.
She's like, hello, boys. Out of nowhere.
It's the nun! It's the nun! It's coming for you!
Ding, 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 ding. And the air wasn't on.
You know, it scared the shit out of me, and I like hid my face in my pillow, and I didn't know what to do.
instead of calling for help, they just sort of stood there.
9 years old, sprinting down the road for like 3 miles straight, just running, never stopped.
I had to jump 6 stories to the ground and fucking chop my way home.
And so I don't remember how, but I got home magically safe and my brother lost his shoe.
That was scary, dude. Me and him skitsed out on that. That was pretty scary.
To this day, I really don't like clowns.
And to this day, I'm frightened of dolls, like so hardcore.
Ever since then, I don't like roaches, brother.
The story everybody else knows is that the dog came after me and attacked me.
Probably wasn't supernatural. Probably was, you know, people were just smoking weed and I didn't know it. And
nobody would ever believe me about the story about that roof falling.
I still have the picture. I had a disposable camera with me.
But when you're an atheist and you know that you're at peace, but there's a fear that grips you that you can't possibly understand unless you know what it is to not believe. And unless you know what it is to feel your own life like falling around you.
Fucking scariest thing I've ever seen. Something die right in front of me that I killed. It was pretty horrible. Pretty traumatic.
You know, seeing your father figure who you look up to and, you know, see him just kind of like cut down like that, you know, it's pretty frightening. But that's probably like the most scariest moment I've ever had in my life. Just being so young, so yeah.
So that's pretty awesome, but it's definitely scary.